Hello people, Newbie once again. Well, last video we were talking about a problem. We were talking about the problem of that loop that runs around in the middle of my town area and how much trouble I was having figuring out a good town design with that train loop running around through the middle. Well, here's what I came up with. So let me move around here without tripping over some foam. You remember how this used to come this way, and that was the loop going around there, and there was a turnout here, and that turnout came over and it joined into a turnout somewhere in this area here. Well, I've done away with that. I couldn't figure out how to make that work. The turnouts just didn't work. So I went with this this switch mechanism here. It escapes me right now what it's called. Anyway, so that the main line now can turn off here, can switch over into this track here and go into the yard area. That's the only way the main line coming from this direction has to get into the yard, so I really needed to do that. And then of course the main line can continue on around the outside. It also gives the track, a train coming out of the yard now also can use this split here to go over onto the main line, as opposed to having to go through the station area. For example, if there's two trains parked in the station area, of course that would be blocked. So for a train to get onto the main line, it would have to use this route here, which is fine. Flexibility, that's the way it works. Of course, now the internal loop here still acts as a reverse loop. I put insulating joiners in there. Of course, there's insulating joiners over there, so that track from that point there around to the top of the yard ladder is a reverse loop, and so I can still do that. I can turn trains around here. I can also turn trains around the yard, around the engine house. So I'm liking it. I think it's going to work well. So, what do you think? I think it's going to work out well. Now, another thing that's happened here is I finally got just completely fed up with trying to cut and paste, if you will, pieces of foam. It was just driving me bananas to try to make a piece, find a piece of foam that was about the right size for an area that I wanted to fill something in with and put that foam in there. Of course, I was using the foam that was from the old layout from AKA Joe. And I finally I bit the bullet and went out and bought another piece of foam. And by the way, that stuff has gotten expensive. Wow. I think a 2-inch, a 4x8 sheet of 2-inch foam board is like $50 now. That's, wow. So I actually went with inch and a half, which was still 30, but still, wow, that's whew. I'm glad I had as much as I did. But anyway, so in addition to the new layout, then I took some, well, here, watch this. I cut some foam so that we can see how this is going to work in terms of the altitude, if you will, of the yard area. I'm thinking with 2 layers. That's going to work out about right. The plan is that I will have the highway come across from the upper area. That I'm going to use this for a highway bridge. Will come across in this area here. Toyed with the idea of maybe having a crossing here and a road running down through there. Don't know. Another option is to have a bridge or a bridge here and then come down along here and a road around there. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But the track plan is good. I like it. And so now we can move along from there. So, looks good, doesn't it? Well, I couldn't leave it at that. I had to go grab some buildings and see what was going to work. Take a look at this. This, I think, is the final grade level for the downtown area. And yes, as I have gotten comments that this is going to change 100 times from the first time I laid out anything, and it's already changed about 50, I think. I don't know. But the downtown area is, I don't know. I think maybe I'm just trying to put too many buildings in. I don't know. It's pretty cramped. This area right in here, my plan is that this will still come out a little more, and then the road, well, I'm not sure exactly how it's going to come down, and it's going to be at grade level down here. And I'm going to do a little more cutting and cut out so that the road will actually turn and cross the tracks right here. So this area right in here, you know, this may move out a little bit. I don't know exactly how the road's going to come, but I'm going to put more foam in here is what I'm saying. And so that's going to change a little. But the downtown area, yeah, it's changed again. I've still got, and then over here along the train station, you see now I've got the bus stop in there. I moved the train station on down. It's down about as far as it can go, and I got the bus station, and I threw that little ice cream parlor in there. I don't know where that's going to end up, and that little Shell station. The Denny's is sitting over on the hillside behind the power plant. I don't really like that location for that either. And then to the right of the Denny's, that's going to be residential houses up there on that as that continues on up to the mountainside. And I'm running out of space, people. It's not even with this by moving. You know, I moved the track so that I didn't have the track running right through the middle of town, as I showed you before. But even with that, I still don't have as much space as I thought I did. It's pretty cramped. I've got several other buildings I still haven't got on the layout yet. And by several other, I mean probably 10 or 15, I don't know. But wow. But I guess that's a good problem to have when you have too much, as opposed to having to spend money to get more. So that's kind of what we're looking at now. I haven't really done anything else down toward the engine house, and I've still got track to lay down there. I've got so much to do with this, but the bottom line is it's, you know, everything I do is something I don't have to do, right? there you have it. That's what we have for today. Now, some people are going to say that, hey, that town area is too high. You should have it on a lower elevation. I don't know. I thought about that too, but I don't think it matters too much, and so this is what I've decided on now. It may change tomorrow. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for watching. And thanks for subscribing too. If you haven't subscribed, you can push that little button down there in that corner. Or is it in that corner? Over there. Anyway, wherever that little red button is, you can punch it to subscribe. Really appreciate that. And comments. Oh, thank you for all the comments, people. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm learning a lot from the comments too. And you know, give me your ideas. Let me know what you're doing, because remember, this is all about doing. If you got a plan to do something, if you want to build a model railroad or restore a classic car or anything, you know what? If you don't do it, it's not going to get done. It's funny how that works, but we're not just sitting around getting old. We're doing something. So get to it. I hope you can see just from watching me that, yeah, it'll happen. We can do it. Let's do it. So anyway, thanks. Hang in there. Let's see what's going to happen.